Hey everybody, Papa Wyggzz here with Wyggzz. We're gonna break down a Thursday night football game. The Seahawks are playing San Francisco at home. Good division game. Should be a really good one, Wyggzz, don't you think? My take on this one is I really think this it's gonna be a I think it's gonna be a high scoring game myself. Um, I'm going to give Seattle the advantage because they're at home. Although they do have a bunch of defensive injuries right now, I just San Francisco's defense hasn't been playing up to snuff. If you ask me, that's just my opinion. I'm not sold on them right now. Their defense is struggling. I can see Geno having a big game here with DK and JSN. I think Walker has a good shot of having a decent game here. I think Purdy's gonna exploit the Seattle defense and their injuries. What Ayuk had a really good game last week. They still got Debo's in the lineup. They're missing CMC, but Kittle's I think supposed to be playing. They still got Mason. So I think this is going to be a shootout, and it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to the last possession of the game. Personally, I mean, either the team that has it's going to be coming is going to be down by like 3 or 7 points, or the team that has it's going to be up by 3 or 7 points. But it could be tied too. So I think the players to watch in this game, though, to me, is I think DK. Um, is going to have a really big game here. I think Geno is surprisingly been rushing for a little bit more yards this year than
The old man's got some legs.
he's got some legs. So I think that could be a factor in this game. So I really like the Geno DK connection. So on 49ers or on the Seahawks side, I think as long as they can keep Walker going and have some balance so they can have some play action and stuff like that, I think DK is going to have a big game. And I think that, him and Gino are going to be a difference maker. I think this is going to be, I really think it's going to be like, could be like a 41-35 type game. Um, just my opinion. On the flip side, I think Jordan Mason has to have a big game for the 49ers in this one. I think they need to exploit the injuries on defense. I think if Jordan Mason can have a big game, they can kind of eliminate um, some of the time of possession from the Seahawks, which could make a big difference on their end. I also think Kittle's got to be a big part of their offense in this game, as well. I mean, I think Debo's going to do Debo things. Ayuk is probably going to continue to keep doing what he does right now. But I think the two keys, outside of obviously Purdy not making any mistakes, and he's been pretty good, is I think Jordan Mason and Kittle are the ones that have to have big games here. I'm picking the Seahawks, though, 41-35 at home.
On the other side of things, I'm taking the 49ers here, 38 to 35. I do agree with the high scoring aspect of this game because both these defenses haven't really looked that good so far this year. And I think both these offenses actually are pretty solid overall, and they are consistently good at scoring. So I really feel like both these guys are going to have success here this week with their wide receivers. Um, Honestly, their teams kind of look identical. If you look at it, you got like a solid wide receiver one, a solid wide receiver two, and then a pretty good wide receiver three. I mean, Jennings and Lockett are nothing to kick under the table basically because they are really good receivers. I will give a slight edge to the Seahawks on the running back part of things. Um, Walker's I think a little bit better than Mason, not by much, but I don't know, pretty evenly matched teams here, both on offense and I think even on defense they're pretty even right now. And this really could go either way in my eyes. I thought the 49ers were going to come out a lot better this year, and they've just kind of been middle of the pack, kind of mediocre. So I really could see this going either way, and I think they're both coming off losses, right?
Yeah. Well, I know the Seahawks lost to the Cardinals, right?
No, the 49ers lost to the Cardinals.
Oh yeah,
Seahawks lost to the
to the
Giants.
Giants. So yeah, I do think the Seahawks are going to bounce back from that loss, even with the injuries on their defense. I just think the 49ers just aren't putting it together. So it'll be interesting, and I agree with Wiggs. It could go either way. It's a division game. you just never know how these division games are going to go. I do think that even though they're going to be playing hard and stuff, it's still going to be high scoring because I think they're both going to struggle to stop each other. That's just that's just the way I think it's going to happen here. So with that, Wiggs, you got anything else to add on this one? All right, well, check us out, Fantasy Fools PPR on YouTube. We're also out on Snapchat, X, TikTok, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. Any feedback's welcome. If you got lineup questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We hope you're finding this as another beneficial platform to go to for all your fantasy football decisions. And until next time, we'll see you soon.